Hello, hello, YouTube. Testing. Just making sure my audio is good. Seems pretty good so far. How's everybody doing? Hope y'all had a good weekend. Hope y'all had some fun. Enjoyed Veterans Day. I got a lot done over the weekend. I did this little animation, as you can see, to use as a bumper for the stream, using some of the assets that I made, including the Gunvolt character, and came out pretty decently. I'm using this the parts of this animation actually in the game for, like, when he squats down and shoots the missiles. This will be the actual animation that's in the game. I already put that aside and separated it and added those animations to my folder, all that good stuff, as well as I made his idle animation and his run animation. I'll probably show those in a little bit. But tonight I'm going to be working on doing something really boring, which is doing some UVs and some texturing. Texturing is not that boring, but UVs are pretty boring. They're sort of dreaded. If you know anything about 3D modeling, UVs are sort of a nightmare for most people. Don't like UVs. I don't really love UVs. It's just sort of tedious. But it's a necessary thing. It's got to be done. So I'm going to do it, and I figured it'd be more fun and enjoyable if I chatted to you guys while I was working on them, so that's the plan. D-Storm Crystal says hello. Dramaloc's here. Hello, Dramaloc. Hello, D-Storm Crystal F. Good to see y'all. I got the Discord up and running, so if you guys want to join the Discord, and anyone else as well, there's a link both in the chat, which I don't know if the one in the chat will work. It should work. And there's also one in the description of this video stream. So either of those links should work. Let me know if that does. Feel free to ask me questions, chat amongst yourselves, just hang out, listen while you work on other stuff, whatever you want to do. Music is Game Chops, Legend of Zelda Trilogy as always. I will find more stuff eventually, but for now I'm still digging this. And I'm going to get going on some stuff. So let me see here if I can find that run cycle that I did, because I moved it to a different folder, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure 100% where I put it. It's gotta be in one of these folders. No. Hopefully I didn't. I know what I did with it. I probably sent it to the deep dark depths of Dropbox. Here, let me send it back to my quick folder real quick, because I have another copy. There it is. Dropbox. Where are you? There you are. Oops, a little bit of lag there, or maybe that was OBS disconnecting, not sure which. Okay, we're all set. I'll pull this up right now. Should be there now. Yeah, so this is the little run that I did. Oh, shoot. YouTube. Oh, that's interesting. I'm having some trouble with OBS again. Usually that hasn't been happening anymore, so I'm not sure what that. Settings. Let me adjust the bitrate real quick. Make sure I don't get disconnected here. Let's try 35. Should do it. Okay, hopefully that fixes things. Anyway, here's the little run cycle. I'll play it. You can see this dude. So this is the run cycle they'll have in the game. Yeah, that seemed to fix the connection. Cool. Glad I know how to do that now. Rendered in a little bit of a different environment. I thought the sun shining on him as he's like rotating was cool. The little beam there. It's pretty neat. So yeah, that was another thing that I did over the weekend. I did a lot of animating. And this is my UV editing station that I'm working in right now. I've got it live unwrapping, which is a cool little trick that I learned from a YouTube video from Smeef, I think his name is, the dude who does all those 3D tutorials, and he did this tutorial on how to live unwrap, which is super handy, live unwrapping, because it just helps kind of speed up the UV unwrapping process. This is a nightmare if you look at my UV map over here. This is just what it did when I did Smart Project. If you know anything about that, it just kind of, Blender just kind of tries to wing it and you know, unwrap your UVs. This is not solid. This is not obviously not a satisfactory map. It's got too many little pieces and too many islands, and it's no good. So I'm going through the process. You can see this is what I've kind of unwrapped so far. It's just this piece working on over here, and that's just kind of where I'm starting, because I haven't actually UV unwrapped in a while, so I'm sort of refamiliarizing myself with the whole process. And yeah, I'm just starting over here. So with this piece, and the cool thing about the live unwrap is as I mark seams, it'll just unwrap over on the left. So it's super handy. That's kind of the point of that whole thing. So if I select this, can I? No, I can't. I can't isolate it because it's all part of the same mesh. But that's okay. That'll only be tricky for these parts. And I don't think I need to zoom into there too much anyway. So I think one thing that I'm going to do is I am going to cut these corners so that they can roll out. In theory, I think that makes sense. Right? Probably. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. Get started here. Marking seams. Super boring. Great for streaming. Oh, and in the Discord, I made a text chat for suggestions, because I haven't really run a Discord. I've made a Discord group before, but I've never run like a Discord community. So if you guys have suggestions for stuff that you'd like to see in the Discord, anyone who joins the Discord, you can post those in the suggestion tab, channel, thread, whatever it is, and I will check that out. And I'm very open to suggestions, because I don't know. I have like I'm in a couple Discord communities, so I have like a vague idea of like what people like to see. But you know, if there's anything else that I missed or anything you think of, just feel free to make suggestions. Any of you guys in there do 3D work? I know some of the people who watch on a regular basis do. Anyone watching right now, if you do, let me know. Let me know how you handle UVs, and let me know if there's anything you think I could be doing better, because I'm definitely not a pro at this or anything. I know the basic gist of it is to kind of get these edges marked, you know, so that it unfolds, obviously, and also so that, you know, they're in kind of a place that won't be super noticeable, or that will at least make sense to have a change in the texture. So that's the gist of it. I know there's certain rules too that you can follow that sort of make it easier. I'm not smart enough to do that just yet. I'm not knowledgeable enough just yet, so I'm mostly winging it. But yeah, any tips, let me know. And one of these sides has to actually be cut through, so I'm gonna make that this one that's hidden down here. So that it can actually unwrap the long way. I should just turn on this for a second. Looks like a nightmare. Kind of is one. Oh, and also over the weekend I moved the whole project over to Unreal Engine 5. So now instead of running in Unreal Engine 4, it'll be running in 5. Part of the reason is, well, I guess that was the wrong thing. The whole reason is because really there are a lot of features in Unreal 5 like nanite, and also like some features for destructible meshes and stuff like that that I was looking at for the project that are only available in Unreal 5 and not in 4, and I really like those, so I just decided I would take that step and just move everything over to 5. So I did that. It was actually way easier than I thought it would be. There was a minor hiccup. I had to download some new drivers for my graphics card, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. It just kind of gives you a window and lets you import. They made it pretty streamlined. Now it's telling me the bitrate's too low, so I gotta turn it up again. This is the constant struggle. That's okay. I had a feeling that would happen. Hopefully that is solid now, and it stays good at 4500. Oh, I also put one thing I noticed when I ported the game over to 5. Actually, I might show you guys that real quick, just because that'll be more fun than watching these UVs for a second. One cool thing about, or not cool, sorry, one mistake that happened when I moved everything over to Unreal 5 was that unfortunately, whatchamacallit, the targets, the little red breakable targets, stopped working. They stopped breaking and reacting to being shot, so I just deleted them all. I don't think I'll need to remake them because I'm working on the enemy damage system next anyway. So I'm just gonna put enemies in there in place of them. So I kind of did that with this enemy mesh that I made. Where is Unreal? There it is. I'll pull that up real quick so you guys could see, because that'll be fun. Oh, it's still giving me the warning about the graphics card. That's interesting. Even though I updated the drivers. I wonder why. Pulling that up for you right now. The only thing is, so one of the reasons why I'm working on the texturing now is when I moved this enemy over to and imported him in Unreal, he didn't come with his full textures correct. He kind of looks like he's made out of plastic. So that's why I need to update the textures now and bake everything. So I figured I'd get on that tonight so he can look all shiny and fresh in engine soon. Okie dokie, here we are. So yeah, this is the Unreal 5 interface. I actually think in some ways it's a little bit uglier than the Unreal 4 interface. Like, these folders are really like, they look like they're from the 90s kind of. Like, it's kind of ugly compared to Unreal 4, but it's just the interface, it's all good. And then that's subjective too, it's just my taste. But here's the, I'll get the game going for a sec. and you can see him doing his little idle animation in engine. But yeah, his textures aren't there yet, so he looks plasticky, unfortunately. It's the only bummer right now. But I'll have that good to go soon. No flip normals, no weird stuff going on, everything's pretty good. It looks solid. Yeah, the eye emission too, that'll be fixed in the textures, but I'll just zoom around. You can see these dudes are here as targets now, but they don't break or anything yet, but that's what I'm working on right now. And I had to get rid of the red targets, like I said, because they're not working once I moved to Unreal 5. But yeah, same thing as before for right now. Just added these dudes in, and it's cool to see them in engine with X, even if their textures aren't totally fixed yet, with their little idle animation, little bouncy thing that they do. I was pretty amazed at how easy it was to kind of move everything over. It really didn't take too much work at all. It's quite straightforward, other than having that driver issue, but it doesn't seem like it's too much of an issue anyway. So yeah, that's what I got going over the weekend. Those in the animations and stuff. I'm gonna move back to Blender now in just a sec. There we go. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, so this is starting to look like decent. This is starting to make sense, all this stuff. So, yeah, oh yeah, I remember now. I'm cutting these parts. And I just cut that line on the back corner. And now I'm gonna cut across here so that these can unwrap nicely. I don't think I need this one right here though. I think I can clear that. Wow, that's laggy. There we go. Now on this corner, I guess I'll cut it here or here. I guess it doesn't matter too much. I'll just cut it here. Yeah, unfortunately, some parts of the game development process can be a little bit boring and tedious, like unwrapping UVs. It is kind of an interesting challenge though, because you have to think about how the object will unfold and everything. Oh, this one I don't want. I'm going to clear this one. There we go. I played a little bit more of some Hitman games over the weekend, those old games as well. Those really fun old games. I'm playing the second one now, which was also only like $9 on Steam. I remember playing it on PS2 back in the day. But back then, well, I feel like it runs a lot better on the PC. But it also has a lot of just, you know, jank that is kind of common of that era. Things just kind of don't all work super smoothly a lot of the time. Like sometimes you'll be walking by guards and stuff wearing a disguise and it just totally catches you for no reason. That was kind of before they solved all that stuff. I feel like it kind of... Why didn't that work? Click. There we go. I feel like all that stuff they kind of mostly fixed with Blood Money. I feel like once you play Blood Money, there's not really a whole lot of randomly getting caught or anything anymore. It generally works the way it's supposed to. But if you like stealth games and you've never played that game, like if you like Dishonored or anything along those lines, that's a really fun game series, the Hitman series, and they're super cheap on Steam if you don't mind the old graphics. If you've never played any of them before and you were just going to play one to kind of check the series out and you like stealth games, I would suggest just playing Blood Money first, which is well, recent isn't the right word, but it's the most recent one from now. It's not recent by any means, but you know, it's more recent than the other ones. They also made a new series of them, but I haven't played any of those, so I can't recommend them. I did play Absolution a little bit, and that game's pretty notoriously kind of universally seen as awful. It's kind of really bad. Like, it was a huge departure from the whole tone of everything. So I can't really recommend that one. I heard that they got better after that one though. So at some point I might go play those ones. But I haven't checked them out yet. I've still heard that Blood Money was kind of, or most people who are fans of those games kind of think that Blood Money was the one that it kind of hit its stride. And after that, it's sort of a toss-up. So I'd recommend Blood Money to anyone who likes stealth games. It's cool because that game really is like an assassination simulation. That's like what it is. It's not like too heavy on the narrative. There is narrative to it, but it's not like in your face about it. It's just kind of like, you know, a side component in a good way. And you just get a bunch of tools and this sandbox of a level, and you get to go play in it. And they don't really tell you what to do. You can solve it the way you want to solve it. It was really pretty forward thinking for back then. It's a really fun game. Now what have we got going on here? Okay, so this created this really long strip, so I don't want that. Let me go back a few. Oh, I only had to go back once, so what does that mean? It means that I don't need to connect this thing so that it won't unfold, probably, because that's the last thing I did, right? Somewhere here. Oof. Yeah, what is that little piece there that I have selected? Let's see. Can I find it? Gosh, it's a nightmare trying to find this one little piece here. It's probably this corner thing, right? That's what I was at. Oh, it's this thing. This part right here, right? Yeah. Okay, so if I undo that, then it gets rid of that long strip. Yeah, so I don't need to connect these pieces, so I gotta think about how this is unfolding. Because if it's wrapping out... cut on either side. So if I select this one, what's going on here exactly? Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, in fact, I don't need a lot of that. What I can do is just cut it on one side, and then it'll roll out, and it should be one big piece. So what is this little part that's disconnecting over here? What is this? Oh, that shouldn't be connected. That? That's very strange. I wonder why that is. Interesting. I'll deal with that later. Anyway, let's see. Now for this inside part. Yeah, how am I going to do that? I think I know. If I go L. Oops, not that. If I go make that solid. If I move this out while I'm in the mesh, can I hit Alt G? No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so this is relatively flat though, it's just these little sections here. I guess what I could do is select. How would I select the boxes? I would need 2 corners. Cut so that it can unwrap lengthwise. Well, it's inside though, so that might work. Let me see. There's no other one up there, it's just down here. Luckily, one of the cool things about working on stuff like this is I only have to do it on one side of the model, and then I can just mirror it to the other side. That's something to be thankful for sure. It would suck having to redo it and try to make it perfectly even on the other side, or perfectly the same rather. Oops, that's not right. It's this thing. And one more. Keep that. And so yeah, then I think what I'm gonna do is yeah, what is the best way to do that? Still thinking about it, because if I did it long ways, oh, actually, because I want them to look like separate pieces, I could just cut those and then add these corners for each one. Yeah, that'll do. On one side only, because then it'll pull them out to the other side, right? And I can get rid of that cut in the middle on each one of those that I did that. That should be the best solution, I'm thinking. Oops. Where is it? There it is. Cool, cool, cool. suppose alternatively, if I wanted to skip doing all the UV maps, you could just make all the textures in Unreal natively, right? Just the same way you would do it in Blender. And then you wouldn't really need UV maps, right? Has anyone ever done that for like a full-scale AAA game before? Maybe not. Maybe for some assets. I know there's some things you would definitely want to make your own. You would want more control over the texture maps, so you would just do it the traditional way, like what I'm doing right now. But I mean, somebody must have tried that, right? Or just texture painting, or vertex painting or something. I'm sure that in a few years, someone's going to find a solution, and no one's ever going to need to make another UV map again. That'll be nice. I'm pretty sure we're close to that solution. It makes sense to me. So do I still want to cut these corners? I think so. I'm not sure why, but my brain's telling me that would be a good idea. Because it'll help those fold out, I think. Something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe I should mark it now and, well, it's too late, I guess. I'll just finish up with this and then I'll mark it and see how it looks. Okay, let's mark that and see how it's looking, if it's doing what I want it to do. Yeah, I think it did actually. Is that still overlapped with something? Oh, it is. But it's at least separated now. And then these pieces are something else, right? Yeah, those are the sides. I'll worry about that after. Yeah, so far so good, I think. Yeah, speaking of those sides, let's deal with that, because that's a big piece. That'll probably be pretty easy, actually. I think I can grab this little seam. No one will notice that. Grab that whole thing. And then this is a separate piece. That doesn't go all the way through, does it? Let's see. No, it stops right there. So then, should I join them then? No, I should just cut these corners out, because that's what I should do. What does that look like in the texture? Oh, right, that's doing that. Okay. Yeah, I could probably do this corner then. Let's get under here real quick. Oh, I should have stuck to doing it on one side. That's right, I forgot. I'm making more work for myself. Whoa. Big lag. Is it gonna do it? Is it gonna crash? Oh shoot, there we go. Alright. It's not looking good yet, but hopefully it will soon. Let's mark all of those as seams and see what we're working with here. Yeah, still a mess, but I can see some logic coming together there. You know what? The middle was maybe not the best place for that, because I can see what it's doing now. It would probably be easier. I have a better idea. Here, let's just do... Oh, but that's all one piece. That's okay. I can follow this part. And then cut it that way. It's a corner. Oh yeah, I know why I was doing it that way, because it would hide it better than cutting the edges. But I'm probably gonna have to cut the edges anyway. So yeah, I think it's better to keep this all as one solid piece, and then I'll work on these corners. Let's go like, let's do this corner, because it'll still unfold. And this one's on the inside, it's less noticeable, I feel like. Maybe that's the wrong line though. Yeah, maybe that one. Oh, and then this gets kind of messy here. That's right. Okay, maybe this one then. And then let me get rid of that, because I don't like that at all. Oh, that's cutting all the way across, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want that. So get rid of all this. All of that. And then cut this edge for sure. That's a really good place to cut. That'll help keep this side flat. I don't need this see-through right now. Yeah, which corner here though? Probably. Doesn't matter too much. Just go with this one. Oops, forgot. I have that seam thing on. Just select it like this. See if that's probably selecting some stuff I don't want. Oh no, actually that looks pretty good. I might reroute that to be a little more on the corner. But other than that, it's pretty good. What is that? Is that an extra lip coming up there? Oh yeah, it is. Interesting. Okay. It's a weird little thing. That's probably good. I'm not sure. And then let's keep going. Okay. So far, so good. Now that's going to unfold like that, and it'll unfold with this piece. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't need this piece cut. I don't know why I thought. Oh, only to here. OBS had another one of its little classic hiccups just now. Not sure why it always does that. Usually at least once per stream, OBS will disconnect and reconnect. I used to always hear like people make jokes about OBS, like, oh, you still use OBS and all this, and I was like, I never understood it. Now I totally get it. It's because it just does little weird things like that sometimes, or it just disconnects and reconnects. I can see why some people wouldn't want to necessarily put up with all that. Oh, you know what? I think I will need to cut some of this. I see now. Yeah, let me cut along the top edge, just like towards the center, so it's not going to be all stretched. That's right, because it's curving. It won't unfold flat. That's why you got to cut the corners. Yep. I remember that. Are you guys like super confused and have like no idea what I'm talking about or doing? Or are you guys familiar with this at all? I hope I'm not being too boring. At least you guys can enjoy the music and stuff. Right about there. Mark those seams and see how that's doing. Should look a lot better than it looks right now. Yeah, that's getting somewhere. It's flattening out nicely. Okay. So real quick, let me do select select all seams, and then what was it? There's a way to mirror them. I forgot what it is. Shoot. I don't think it was this. Darn, let me check that real quick so I don't mess it up. Oh, it's under select and then mirror selection. I see, I see. Dreamlock says, oh, I have to go. Good luck with your works. Thanks, Dreamlock. No worries. See you on the next one. Oh yeah, select. Okay, so it's under select and then wait, was it select? Sorry. Let me check that again. Oh, I see. It's select and then mirror selection. Yeah, and then mark seam. But that didn't quite... Oh yeah, it did work, yeah, because that one's inside. Okay, I see. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I see this one here. Okay, we're starting to get some big pieces. Cool, cool. So that should unfold nicely. You know, looks like it kind of isn't. That might be, let me think, why would that be? I think it's just because there's not enough cut out of here yet. Yeah, because this should be cut basically all the way across, at least on one side. I'll probably do that on the back. Like there. Let me check what else I have selected. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. And then mark seam. This will probably make a big difference. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's flattening out nicely. I forgot how to make it so that I can see the color of the stretching. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's see. There's a way to view the color data for whether or not everything's stretching. I forgot how to do it. Like I said, it's been a long time since there it is, display stretch. Cool. So yeah, not too much stretching, a little bit in here. A little bit there too. What is this area? Oh yeah, that I haven't even touched that yet, so that makes sense that that's stretched. Okay. Yeah. So I've got this across, so this is unwrapping like that, and it's unwrapping all the way there. Flattening out. So let's look at this bad boy. So if I have to think in terms of ignoring these panels, because these aren't even like part of it. So if I was ignoring those panels, what else needs to be cut? That's only cut there. So it's unwrapping as one big piece. I could probably use a cut here then. Continue this. Maybe to right there. Oops. And then let me mirror that. Mark seam. Okay. Looks pretty good. Yeah, not bad actually. What are these round parts? Is that a... What is that? Oh, I know what that is. Those are the missile things inside. Yeah. Those actually don't look too stretched. I know maybe they don't need to be totally cut, because they really don't look that stretched, and they're on the inside anyway. You're not really gonna like see them that closely. This part might be a little bit, yeah, this stuff is a little stretched. So what if I maybe like there? Select mirror. Oh wait, first select that, and then mark seam. That didn't really solve it. Did I not select enough? Is there more going on there? Where are we on that thing? Is it the top or the bottom? Let's find out. It's right there. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. This thing. In fact, let's do a little bit more in the corner. There we go. That should do it. Huh, that's weird. It's still not unfolding. Is it because of this? That's unfolding a little bit. Oh, that did unfold that part. It's just this part. Yeah, I think it's probably better. This is overlapping now. I can move that a little. Let me not cut that for now, because it doesn't seem to be doing what I wanted to. Let's work on frying some bigger fish first. This could probably just use some extra geometry. So these are the top parts, right? If I was going to select all this, it's the top inside parts, okay. So maybe like right at the corners here, I could use some cuts. Something like that. Did that work? Kinda. I mean, it definitely flattens that part out. Select mirror. So if I'm correct, these parts should be, it's this thing and then the hidden parts, so that's not too much trouble. Yeah, let's start with this guy, and I think clearly it would be better to pick this edge if you're gonna cut one of them, because you can't even see it. Yes, yes. And this one, that's a start, and let's just cut across, yeah. Probably work pretty good. And then, yeah, why not get this too? Because this is not gonna be visible, really. Loading. There we go. Let's cut across here. Let's lead that back down. Mark seam. That's better. What happened? Oh. Did I cut? Yeah, I cut both sides, so I don't want to do that. Get rid of that one. Or, and that one, right? Because that'll unwrap and then get this, or this. I'm gonna try just this piece. Oh, that didn't do anything. Why is that? Okay, maybe I should do this piece. Does that actually meet? Oh, no. It's this one. Oh, and then do I need these corners too, huh? Yeah. Probably. It's not really having the profound effect that I'm looking for. This is unwrapping that way. Oh, I know. Here, undo that. Get rid of this. Instead, get rid of that. Get rid of that. And in theory, this should just cut across now. Grab that. Oh, it's not even joined, that's why. 2. Oh no, that's already a seam though, that's okay. And then... maybe? Let's start with that. It's still not really doing anything. Here, what is this? That's the outside area. Okay, so it's already disconnected there. And this is the inside area. So what it really needs is a cut wherever this is holding. Like all this stuff. It's got cuts there though. I don't understand why it's so folded over. That might just be the shape of it because of that, yeah. I think I see. Okay, well, what have we got so far? Okay, and then what's down here? That should be fine. Okay. Okay, that loosened it up a little. But so then I think this cut I actually don't need. Yeah, look at that. That's better. Wow, that made a big difference. Okay. Because now that can all be one piece. Yeah, I see. That wraps around to there. So like if I were to select that here, yeah. Maybe now it needs this cut. Yeah, that flattened it out. Look at the difference. That's crazy. Very nice. Okay, let's go back to this. So that's that part. Why is this all disconnected? Okay, I see. I don't need this cut here. Clear that seam. And that should join those parts to, that kind of messed it up again. Well, I don't like this, but it's better off that way, so I'm gonna leave it. I've still got work to do here though, because this is something. Oh, that's all the face of that? And then what is this? It's all the underside down there. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that, honestly. I think it just needs probably a small cut across, like kind of. Oh no, it doesn't have one. It's just this thing is in the way. Oh no, it has one. It's right there. Is it not? Nope. It's there, kind of. But I think it could use one here. And then maybe clear the other one. Like this one. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So it's more stretched but less overlapping now. And this is wider this way, so that's probably not correct. Oh no, it's probably correct. It's just that the other part is wrong. This part. Second thought, I'll keep that cut. There we go. That loosened it way up. Okay, let's select all seams. And we'll select the mirror. Mark seam. Oh, it didn't. That didn't even work. Oh, I see. There we go. Okay, and now select mirror. That looks correct. There we go. Look at that. Much better. Still a little bit of overlap here I'm worried about. But it's looking pretty good. It's better than it was. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of some of these little pieces that are spread out all over here now by let's see if I check this out. Okay, that's a lot of pieces, and it's basically just a cylinder. So if I wanted to be sneaky, yeah, I know what to do. I can put the cut right in here. But then it, oh no, I can put it underneath still. If I pick those. Okay, and that goes all the way through. And then I'll check. Does that stupid view? Oh shoot. Oh no, yeah, that's fine. And then does that join at a vertice? Yes, it does. So now we can go across this way and down. Stick with that spot until I'm gonna turn off that stupid automatic seam thing. It's not working. Go down this way. Let me do it right now. It's bugging me. Just select. There we go. And then, actually, I should continue in a bit, huh? We can cut it like right here if we want to be super sneaky. actually. Shoot, where's my brain? Yeah, some of that's gonna need to be cut for sure, so I'll let that be. And it's gonna keep doing this now. Darn it. Let me just select all this and then deselect what I don't want. Okie dokie. Sure. I think that makes sense. Let's try it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Oh no, that I don't want cut. Let me... Where's this happening? Oh, I see. Yeah. And then let me do that here as well. Damn it. we go. No. Is that right? Yeah, because this is all one piece now. Okay. So if I was to select this, it should be this whole thing. Yeah. And then I've just got this, which I did this in completely the wrong way. I made this geometry, it should just be texture. Oh, those are already good. Okay, I'll just leave those be for now. What is this? That looks trouble. Like trouble. Oh, it's just that side. Okay. Okay, so select seams. Hey, quite a bit of progress. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna get off now. I made a lot of progress on this UV map, as you can see. This is way better than when we started. I thought I'd be able to get to some texturing tonight, but the UV map, you know, it is a tedious process. It takes time. It took longer than I thought it would, so you guys didn't see that into the UV unwrapping process, which is to be expected. It's kind of boring. So next time I'll probably just stick to doing this off stream, and I'll do more interesting stuff on stream. It's probably a good call, but glad I did one of these streams with UV, the UV unwrapping process, just so people could see it. No, kind of another part of the whole game dev process, because it is an important part that nobody wants to do. Alright, I think that's about it. I'm gonna save this, log off, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be streaming again around the same time. I'll also be streaming on Wednesday, and I might start doing Thursdays as well, 4 nights a week instead of 3. I'll do some drawing this week too, for sure. Or painting, at least, we'll see. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and check out the Discord link. You can hang out there as well, post stuff, and I'll post updates there. I'll post before we go on stream there and all that stuff. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. See you next time. Bye bye.